talk about the timeline because that seems to be the really big issue with everybody. Presumably what between 10 and 15 minutes, 9 and 15 minutes, 16 minutes, whatever way you want to sway it. Did he have enough time to go in and do presumably, allegedly, what had happened in that house? I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there was another channel that did a 3D model of actually the drive-through of the car and the incident in the home. I don't know if you guys mind, but I wanted to pull that up and just play it for the audience if they haven't seen it. Maybe we can discuss a little bit of that.
Yeah. It's from Van Life.
Yeah. So shout out to Van Life. We're going to use your video here. We appreciate it. But we'll play through this. We'll give everybody
Greetings, travelers.
If anybody knows them or knows how to get a hold of them, tell them to reach out. I'd like to get some of their stuff on here and talk to them about it as well.
Oh, do we have sound?
Bryan Kohberger, the suspect, is believed to have entered the neighborhood at 3:29 a.m. Approaching the house, he noticed the lights are on. This hinders his plan, and he now has to rethink things. He continues on to the back where he sees even more lights on. From the affidavit, we know he drove by the house 3 times in less than 5 minutes, probably trying to figure out what to do next. He finally decides to leave the area for a little while and observes the lights are on one last time in front as he drives off. Cameras show him leaving the neighborhood and exiting on Walenta Drive in this direction. It's uncertain which way he went from this point here, but we know that he is seen here at this location at 3:45 a.m., caught on a gas station security camera. Wondering if this could truly be a 2015 Elantra, I downloaded a known image of one with a similar angle of view. I then entered that into a 3D modeling software and added some lighting and then tilted the camera to get a similar angle. I then animated the image to be traveling at 40 miles per hour, giving motion blur, which ended with this result. Though not scientific, we can see very close similarities that this is a 2015 Elantra. Back to the map. We see the suspect re-enters the neighborhood at 4:04 a.m. He drives up to the house and slows down. Looking at the windows, he sees the lights are now off. Continuing to the back, he checks to see if those lights are off. They are. He's excited. He knows everyone is finally in bed, but he wants to check the front one last time. As he drives down, he's filled with adrenaline, seeing the lights are all off. His brain short circuits for a second as he clumsily tries to turn around in front of the house. It fails, but he regains composure and drives on. He's caught on camera making a 3-point turn at the end of the street to return back to the residence. He does his final drive to the back of the house. In the beginning, most of us believed the 2 surviving roommates, Bethany and Dylan, were sleeping on the first floor. Since then, we've learned Dylan was sleeping here on the second floor, along with Xana and Ethan located here. Kaylee and Madison were located here on the 3rd floor. The dog was located on the 3rd floor and the room by itself. Let's move around and see through the walls into the kitchen, to the back slider, and take a look at the time frames. At 4:04 a.m., the suspect can be seen trying to park his car. At 4:09, approximately 5 minutes later, he enters the house through the back slider. At 4:18, he leaves the house after committing the crimes. At 4:20, he's caught on camera driving away at a high rate of speed. All of this only took 9 minutes. Let's watch what that looks like. The suspect enters through the back sliding door. He pauses at the stairs to look around to make sure no one's up. He then turns and goes upstairs. The first bedroom he stops at and opens the door, he sees no one there. He continues to the next bedroom. Here we know what happens. Downstairs, Dylan is sleeping. The noise from upstairs wakes her up. She thinks it's Kaylee playing with her dog. She gets up and goes to the door and looks out. She sees nothing there. The suspect then continues down the stairs about 3 minutes later. He then heads to Xana's room.
Are you saying you don't think he went to the dog
Outside,
room
there's
first?
a security camera picking up some whispering.
I don't know. I just don't
cries in
understand
the
why
thud
she
at
thinks that.
4:17.
Yeah.
We've learned that Xana was found on the floor, which might explain the thud. Dylan again hears something and looks outside her door. She sees the suspect. He walks right past her and leaves.
So how do you feel about that timeline?
I think it's somewhat accurate. I think he was in the house a little bit earlier than 4:09. I think he was there probably about 4:05, 4:07. It's only a couple minutes, but when you look at the fact that, you know, if he's there at 4:07 and out of there by 4:19, that's some significant time versus 4:19 or 4:09 and 4:17 or whatever she said. It makes a difference. I know a lot of people will say that it's at 4:00 they were in their beds and or, you know, asleep, which leads me to believe that I think that the DoorDash was a little bit earlier than 4 a.m., probably about 3:50, 3:55. What I'm assuming is he dropped it off, took a picture, walked back to his car, uploaded it, saved it. That message or whatever has to go through, whatever it has to go through before it logs in, and logged in around 4:00 in the morning. But I think it was probably a little bit before. But I think he went straight to the rooms. I think he knew, you know, I'm assuming that, you know, she may be, you know, thinking that he was going in there because he thought Kaylee was in there. But it's been reported that he had pictures of Madison on his phone. So I think he was just going straight for Madison first. And then, you know, upstairs. The other thing that I thought though was is if the meal did get there at 4:00 and or just after 4, and he went in while they were downstairs or something, right? And as he's coming down, Ethan and Xana are walking back into the room. They can hear something after they've already dropped their food off, because the food, or at least the Jack in the Box bag, was in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's pictures of it in the kitchen, and so they didn't eat it in their room. They had to have at least at one point put that bag there. I don't think Kohberger put the bag there.
Yeah, it's not going to drop off lunch on the way out.
Right. He's not, or even
I'm trying
like
not to make light of the situation, but you know what I'm saying. I don't think he's worried about that.
Right. Or not even that. Like, for instance, like if like this doesn't make it, there's no explanation if that meal or that bag or trash was, let's just say, in Xana's room. They took it to go eat in Xana's room.
Yeah.
He didn't pick it up from Xana's room and go put it in the kitchen. And so I believe that meal was consumed in the kitchen and the bag was left there. And so the question is, was Kohberger upstairs while they were in the kitchen consuming the meal?
Wow.
And if so, perhaps maybe that's why he felt the need to attack them. Maybe he heard them say, I think somebody's here, and he followed into them. And that's might be a reason why he skipped Dylan's room.
Yeah.
Maybe the plan wasn't ever to go after 4. But it's pretty ballsy, man, for him to do that when you see so many cars outside of the house if you're only going for 1.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for checking out this video. If you like the content here today, make sure to click on one of these videos up here. I would appreciate it. And before you head out, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on that bell notification so every time I drop a new video or go live, you guys will know. Thanks.